Hi everybody, Izzy here. I'm headed over to talk to my son, Shaun.
Son?
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Jeez, give the Commonwealth a chance. You've never even been there.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Rescued both of us? What? I was frozen, your father was killed, and you were stolen from me.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So you just knew I was there the whole time? You had the power to release me?
So it was you. You let me out?
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else. Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
An experiment? That's what this is? Seems a little heartless.
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, I'm glad it turned out the way it did. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
I warned the Brotherhood. Not that I'm gonna tell you that. Ambushed, yes.
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Sounds like you know I betrayed you and you're gonna hide it from the directorate. Alright then. Let's go to this meeting. Glad you didn't tell him of my treachery.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
Can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
What do you mean you're dying? I guess living down here your whole life didn't save you after all, did it?
Why would you joke about this? It isn't funny.
Were it a joke, I'd agree it's in poor form. But I'm afraid it's not. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
It's my responsibility to make
Yeah.
sure this place runs smoothly.
When I betrayed you and warned your enemies, I proved I'm capable.
It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. She's a friend. She's with the Railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
Because the members of the Railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I thought only Mr. Benet cared. But your friends actually fight for us?
That's what the Railroad does, Z1. She's from the surface.
I've never met another human willing to help. But, sir, we must make this quick.
Right now, how many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain, 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
I always help my fellow patriots, especially Patriot.
As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
That's your idea of an improved world? Just building a bunch of beings that don't have free will?
What do you mean by proper supervision?
I mean that while they are here in the Institute, fulfilling the purpose for which they were designed, our synths perform admirably. As you're about to see, however, they can become unpredictable when set loose. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Maybe if you gave them free will to start with, they wouldn't lash out.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
I'm ready to move in, ma'am.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, ma'am. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
Neutralize the perimeter guard? Who the hell talks like that?
Someone who had their free will taken away talks like that?
What do we know about this synth, Gabriel?
Designation B592 is holed up in the shack on top of the upended cargo ship. He's probably got his best fighters with him, so we should plan on heavy resistance. So, are you ready to go in?
Let's just get this over with.
Right behind you, ma'am.
Well
Judging
done.
by your gear,
Very
I'm gonna
impressive.
guess you two are agents
Just
of the
like
Institute.
me. So, made it to the
Tell
top.
me, is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
I'm sorry, buddy, but President Eden said raiders are traitors.
B592 initialize factory reset. Authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
Boss? Are you okay? Gabriel, can you hear me? Shit, they did something to him! Take them out! I'm gonna tell you, fuck! That it?
Sloppy tactics, bad aim. This
I'm
one's
sorry to kill your friends. Sorry, Gabriel.
Do it again!
I understand why you lashed out,
Always gotta fight back!
but I still have to take out raiders. He's shooting me in the back while I'm eating this guy. It's not nice to shoot someone in the back while they're eating your friend.
I was just trying to
There.
have fun.
Nice work, ma'am. I'll take the synth back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth B592.
Well, you were right. The Brotherhood sure is here. Guess we'll have to go through them.
Well, I guess so. I did warn them this was gonna happen.
For Elder Maxon.
No mercy!
Sorry, Brotherhood.
Ah! Taking fire!
I told you this would happen. But you guys have extreme prejudices that I don't like.
Need backup! Damn it! Damn it! Leave no survivors! And Victoria!
Oh, Brotherhood Knight.
Covering fire!
Who knew that she was capable of fighting? I thought she was just some scientist sitting around the table. Ooh, a nice shot. Time for a little snack. Senior scribe. Why are you hiding?
My arm!
For the Brotherhood!
Please.
You're gutsy. Just stand around in a line of fire over there. Oh, it didn't pay off, did it? Beautiful.
And Victoria!
Yeah, it helps if you take cover, woman. When you're in a gunfight. I think that scientist has been living underground too long. Come have a snack, scientist. Beautiful view. Hey, it's the USS Constitution. I love the USS Constitution mission. Hey guys. Oh, there's the navigator. I couldn't see the other side of the ship. Hello, Captain Ironsides. Only a couple more centuries and you'll be at the ocean. That navigator will navigate you there eventually. Right after he hits every single building along the way.
Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
Ah, I'm getting contaminated.
The agitator. It should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
I'm getting rat poison. Why'd I get decontaminated? Guess this is what's gonna happen. Radix isn't doing much. I better find this part soon. There we go. Activate. Haha, I've got it.
Security alert in the reactor chamber.
I've got the part.
Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
I hear the greatest robots ever.
Please wait.
law-abiding citizen. Take cover.
Decontamination complete.
Protect me, protection. I'll just lay back and let the protectrons do everything, right? Oh, you are against us, protectron.
Starting to have fun.
How dare you? Protectrons are meant to protect America.
Can't take much more. You're messing with the best.
Non-combatants are advised to stand clear of weapons discharge.
You guys might want to take that advice. Stand clear of weapon discharge. You guys are good. Ah! Wait a minute. It's a good thing I had McCready and a scientist. What would I have done without them?
AO compromised. Engaging.
Assault drone, take cover.
Sensor alert. Running.
Assaultron.
Contact.
Why are you assaulting everybody? You're one tough cookie.
That's how we do things around here.
This area clear. Proceeding with search protocol.
Don't know where they are. Over there, get 'em!
Put down your
Don't worry, Mary. You can walk through fire.
Slippery.
You protectrons are supposed to protect me.
Haven't had enough? Picked the wrong day to piss me off.
May I be the first to welcome you, ma'am. We're looking forward to working with you.
Excellent.
What kind of work will we be doing, exactly?
Well, normally the Directorate reviews and approves research tracts for the various divisions. Today, however, we're here for a different reason.
Right now, we're all here because it's finally time to stand up for ourselves.
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
There's nothing dramatic about it. We're in a position to push back, to assert ourselves here. That's what we've talked about all along.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the Commonwealth that stand in opposition to the Institute's goals. With the reactor now online, we have the ability to not only expand synth production, but to project power to a much greater degree.
Where are you going with this? What's the Institute's goal?
Well, the Directorate has agreed that steps must be taken to ensure our safety in the long run.
Let's not beat around the bush. The Directorate has agreed that the Brotherhood of Steel needs to be eliminated.
As the incoming director, we felt it important to inform you of the decision and get your thoughts on it. So, where do you stand?
So much bloodshed. Shouldn't you guys be trying to lead this world into a peaceful time?
I think the last thing the Institute needs now is to make things worse. We should be trying to avoid conflict, not starting it.
I would love to see that big airship fly off over the horizon, but it's not gonna happen. The conflict is already upon us. Unless we end it now, it's only going to get worse.
We really don't have a choice. If we're to emerge from this the victors, we need to move quickly. As director, it's up to you and how we focus our efforts in achieving this goal. We'd like your input on what direction we should take. Do we increase synth production or focus on weapons development?
Please don't create any more sense without free will.
I've seen enough to know that weapons are the key to winning wars. Let's focus on weapons development.
As you wish. The advanced systems folks will get to work immediately. That's all we have for the moment. I believe Father wished to speak with you once our meeting concluded.
To be frank, I don't agree with Father's decision, but I'll accept it.
Ah, there you are. You've met with the Directorate. I assume they made their intentions known? It was difficult for them to reach the decision to engage in open hostility. What about you? Do you agree with their decision?
No, I do not.
I think it's a mistake to lash out at anyone.
It should be clear by now that if we wait, we will be destroyed. Acting swiftly is the only way to secure our position. You know, Mother, it's no secret that you worked with the Railroad in order to first reach the Institute. The depth of your involvement with them has been called into question repeatedly. I'm sure you can guess by whom. The question is, where do you stand with them now? Do you count them amongst your allies?
You guys sure are against everybody. That's sad.
Does it even matter? What are you getting at?
I think it's obvious. For the Institute's position in the Commonwealth to be secure, the Railroad must be eliminated. Completely. As our primary above-ground operative and someone who has had previous contact with the Railroad, you are in the best position to carry this out. So what I'm getting at, simply, is this. Are you willing to destroy them?
Is this really necessary?
I'm afraid it is. I take no pleasure in it, but it must be done, for the sake of everyone in the Institute. And it must be done now. Are you willing?
There has to be another solution here. Something less violent.
I'm afraid the time for hesitation has passed. We must act decisively, and we must act now. Will you do it?
I can take care of them.
Good. Good. I don't enjoy asking you to put yourself in harm's way, but this is so important.
You're the real deal. You actually made it inside the Institute.
Carrington wants to talk with you. Sounds important.
Let's go talk to the Railroad.
God damn it! Losing Augusta is a real blow. Not your fault, I know.
C1's rebellion is ready, but we have a crisis. The Brotherhood's on their way here.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, they ordered me to kill you.
That's not all. The Institute has ordered me to kill you. All of you.
I guess they consider us a real threat after all. I suppose we should be flattered. So really, the question is, what are you going to do about it?
I don't know what I should do. This is just heartbreaking. Should I kill them or not?